What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Clone Wars Chronological Rewatch. Today we're talking about two Season 6 episodes that disappeared. They're called The Disappeared Part 1 and Part 2, so I figured we would just combine them into one video.
Look at us trying to speed things along here.
We're so close. After this, we have 4 episodes left, one more arc, and then we will have finally achieved our goal of a Clone Wars Chronological Rewatch before Season 7 comes out. We did it, everyone. We did it.
For those of you who've been watching this since the very first time we did one of these, you deserve a medal.
Yes, thank you. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're celebrating before the final arc. We got to talk about Jar Jar and Mace Windu today.
We have to talk about this.
Which is, you know, I feel like I've said this for just about every Season 6 episode, but I remembered this happening. I didn't remember how any of it happened. Really, all I remembered was Jar Jar kissing Queen Julia.
Yeah.
That Jar Jar has a girlfriend.
Jar Jar can get it.
Jar Jar can get it. Sexiest Star Wars character confirmed.
And Mace is like, what is happening?
Yeah. So yeah, this is the 2 episodes where something's going down at Bardotta. We find out that they are a very spiritual species. They're connected with the Force, but not in the same way the Jedi are. And they don't trust the Jedi, which I do want to stop and talk about that, because I think we're going to learn more about that in Phase 2 of the High Republic. And oh no, I hope this video comes out before that happens, but it probably won't.
Well.
But at this point, the Blade of Bardotta comic has not come out. But I think we are going to see some of the reason that the Bardottans don't trust the Jedi.
I sure hope so. I think that would be a really cool tie-in.
Uh-huh. It definitely got me hyped up for those stories, watching these 2 episodes. But we are given some reason that basically the Bardottans felt like the Jedi were kidnapping children to become part of the Jedi Order, which is a debate that comes up a lot amongst Star Wars fans. I don't think the Jedi go around kidnapping children. I think that they are given consent by the parents every time. Mm-hmm. Or in like Ahsoka's case, her tribe seemed like this is an honor and we are excited. I think that's how most people of the galaxy viewed it.
There could be instances where the Jedi learn about a child who is strong in the Force and they're kind of like, well, they might have a real rough time of it if you don't send them to the academy and let us train him, but that's on you.
I do think that that's an interesting thing that we could explore. I mean, we see Cad Bane, when he's masquerading as a Jedi, he hypnotizes a woman to take her child. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the Jedi, there could be some shady Jedi mind tricking people. I think that is potential for storytelling at some point. Yeah. Who knows?
It's like having a child prodigy that can play the piano really, really well, but all they want to do is play soccer. And, you know, the Jedi are like Juilliard, and they're like, you should really send him over here. Yeah. I mean, you should really do it because we would really like to have him. And he's like, no, I want to play soccer.
I could see that. I could see there being like a rogue seeker that happens to, but we're getting way off
topic.
Yeah. It's still interesting. So Jar Jar and Mace go to Bardotta, and Jar Jar is the one that has to take the lead here, and Mace really is not having it. Like, that's what I took away at the start, is in Attack of the Clones, Yoda says that Jedi are becoming too sure of themselves, and that's a trait that's seen among more and more Jedi, and that's troubling. That's what I see in Mace at this point in the Clone Wars, is that he wants control. He doesn't trust Jar Jar, and he wants to be in charge of the situation.
And he definitely wants to see specifically why they're asking for him. And maybe he's like, these people don't know what they're getting themselves into by asking for Jar Jar by name.
I mean, yeah, I think he doesn't trust Jar Jar. He also doesn't trust the people, that they know what's best for their own planet. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of his arc over these 2 episodes, is that, yeah, by the end, he is more on Jar Jar's side. Like, they are working as a team. It's a very odd couple. The Force Center, when they covered it, they were like, it's a buddy cop movie, basically, mm-hmm. Where one is straight-laced and one is wacky, and he's a loose cannon. He's a loose booma.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he just kind of fumbles his way through every scenario he gets put into and just gets lucky time and time again.
I mean, that's the story of Jar Jar. And that's also why people made those Darth Jar Jar theories, is that no one is this lucky all the time.
Yeah.
I chalk it up to will of the Force.
Sure.
The Force sees value in Jar Jar. And, that's actually something that we could talk about, because the Fangral cult is stealing life energy from the people it's kidnapping. And they do say, like, even Jar Jar has a connection to the Force. Not a huge one, but there is one, and they're going to take it.
Yeah. I think Yoda says something about how maybe the Queen appreciates the pure and innocence mind that he has, which is a very polite way of putting it.
Well, I mean, I think that Jar Jar is honest. I think that there is something to be said about that. He communicates wildly.
He's honest, and he is passionate about wanting to help people and protect anyone who he loves.
It's fun watching him trying to talk to Mace and basically be like, what are you doing? I had it all under control until you came in and messed it up. But with all of the uses and weeses, it just sounds so chaotic.
Yeah.
But I think that's the point, is that, justice for Jar Jar, he has value. And like Mace, we should all recognize that value. And by the end, they are a team. Mace calls themselves the Jedi and the Gungan. Like, he makes sure that Jar Jar gets the credit for helping to save Queen Julia.
Mm-hmm. And if you listen to our commentaries on these, you will be along the journey with me of figuring out that, this is about Mother Talzin.
I was going to bring that up, yeah.
I kept saying, well, this green energy looks familiar.
You were like, they're stealing life energy and they're talking about a great mother. It's like, this reminds me of the Night Sisters. And then out comes Mother Talzin. She's like, oh, yeah.
I was right.
I was like, surely you remember this. But I thought that was very fun.
You overestimate my memories.
I think the Night Sister connection is great. I like that there are people throughout the galaxy, seemingly, that have a connection to the Night Sisters and worship them. Like, we saw a Zygerian and a Ming Po. It wasn't just Bardottans that were trying to bring Mother Talzin back, I guess, to full corporeal power. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to achieve, but last time we saw her, she disappeared.
It's like the mummy.
She disappeared. She is also the disappeared. All right. I see what you're doing, the Clone Wars.
But it's like the more people the mummy eats, the more of a person he is.
Yeah, nice. I like that. Well, the two themes of these episodes are without darkness there cannot be light, and wisdom is born in fools as well as wise men. I think that the darkness light theme is basically just about balance between opposites. That you can't have one without the other. And Mace and Jar Jar could not be more opposite.
Yeah.
But they do find the balance between themselves. And then wisdom is born in fools as well as wise men. I don't want to call Jar Jar a fool, but I do think that that's what the theme is implying here. But the way I interpret it is that there is something to be learned from everyone, and to keep an open mind. Like, Mace at first is just kind of like, ugh, I have to hang out with Jar Jar. He's like, don't touch anything on the ship. Don't do this. Don't do that. He very clearly doesn't see that there's anything to learn from Jar Jar, but over the course of these two episodes, he does.
And they become best friends.
Yeah. I hope they hung out after these episodes.
They have dinner every Friday night together. And
I hope so, yeah.
Watch their shows.
They watch their stories, yeah. That I would like to think that.
Yeah.
But that is it for The Disappeared Parts 1 and 2. Next time, we will get into the final arc of Season 6, all about Sifo Dyas and Yoda's journey to the wellspring of life, all that stuff.
Let us know if you guys enjoy us doing these by, like, in groups or by the arcs, because we're headed into Rebels next. And
yeah, we gotta figure out how we're gonna cover Rebels.
Might start condensing things a little bit so it doesn't take us years to do this.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we stuck with it.
Yeah.
We're not done yet.
We're gonna finish it. But until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
And consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.